Hi everyone, I am Emily Wishall. I'm an embodiment coach, a certified rolfer, and author of Radical Embodiment, a practical guide to celebrating the skin you're in. And this is my body love blog. This blog is upgrading your foam rolling. So I know a lot of us out there are fans of foam rolling or different soft tissue release techniques. What I mean by a soft tissue release technique is if you're foam rolling, or maybe you're laying on a tennis ball, or maybe for you, a racquetball or a lacrosse ball, or even, using one of those automated massage guns. So any of those above, or, maybe laying on a bolster or a gorgeous ball that has more give, any of those are soft tissue techniques and are great opportunities to utilize what I'm about to suggest to really help upgrade your experience and really get the most out of your soft tissue work. So before I begin, I first just a disclaimer that around foam rolling, around these soft tissue release techniques, I'm a fan of utilizing and using soft density rollers or balls. Like, I'm not a fan of lacrosse balls. I think they're too intense. Or oftentimes when people think of foam rolling, they're like, oh, it's really painful, it really hurts. But usually because the foam roller is so dense, meaning it doesn't have a lot of give to it. So I wanted to just show you briefly to see if I can get it in the screen. This is a soft density foam roller. So you can see if you can see how it easily presses in as I contact it. What that invites is, as I'm rolling out on my body, it actually invites my body to melt, to yield into that soft density versus like my body trying to armor or fight against, especially those foam rollers that have all the knobs or like almost like spiky. It's really intense. And what that's often doing, not always, but more often than not, I believe, is it's actually activating the danger response within your nervous system. And usually when we're foam rolling, our reason for doing so is to help create more elasticity in the tissue, to help create more lengthening, more mobility, to have more fluidity. And our nerves, when they are in that danger response, when they sense danger, are more readily going to send the response to the brain of danger, which will lead more tendency towards more collagen matrix fibrous lay down within the fascia, meaning resulting in more fibrous, more density in the tissue. So if your main overall reasoning for foam rolling is to release your tissue, you don't want to be in that danger response. You don't even want to be in that subtle fight flight, I can't take in a full breath, or kind of bracing against it. You want to be able to surrender your body to be able to be in a relaxed state of being while you're doing it. So I just wanted to begin with that. Now, how are we upgrading your foam rolling routine or laying on your tennis ball routine, whatever it may be for you? I'm going to invite you, what I want to encourage you to do is to bring affirmations into your practice. So what I mean by that is, I think we're all, familiar by now with the power of positive thinking, and, we want to have a positive mindset. And often we, in the personal growth world or in the growth world of movement and exercise and fitness goals, we keep them kind of separate. And if you've read my book, Radical Embodiment, I take readers through the 7 main limiting beliefs that I see in my clients time and time again. And then we work with the affirmation of that, the affirmation meaning the positive aspect of that, the affirmative. And not only are we reframing it into the positive affirmative, but then I'm teaching readers, how do you begin to rewire that into your nervous system? How do you begin to know that you are enough from a cellular physical level? A beautiful way to begin to invite and encourage more of that is through what I'm sharing with you today. is to bring it into your foam rolling routine. I'm a firm believer that our emotions are stored in our fascia. And as well as, emotions, limiting beliefs, old limiting stories, they get kind of kinked up in our tissue and stuck. And so as we're releasing those stuck points within us is a beautiful time to, if you have specific affirmations you're working on, to remind yourself them. So I'm just gonna lay back and I'm just going to give you a really quick example so you have a little bit more of a specific context of what I'm talking about. So I love to lay on my foam roller like lengthwise, meaning parallel with my spine. And so for me, I have my knees bent in this position and I basically right around T11, T11 being like the 11th vertebra of your thoracic. Too technical, don't worry about that. But basically I like to have it on my thoracic spine and up. I don't, when I lay parallel, typically have it on my lumbar spine. So just kind of laying it like this, like, I don't know, let me see if you can see me better if I go back a little bit. Yeah, I am like probably about 4 inches or 4 fingers beneath my shoulder blades. If you're somebody who tends to have a really large anterior tilt, like a forward tilt in your pelvis, and a lot of lordosis meaning your low back is being pulled forward, I would strongly encourage you to put some support under, your low back and maybe under your sacrum. That support could be a pillow, it could be a blanket. So this is more of a passive way of using your foam roller. It's more of a restorative pose. And I am often talking about bringing your breath into your back and allowing it to expand into the back of your rib cage. So this is a great opportunity to do that, to really focus on bringing my breath into the back, into where I'm receiving that external feedback in contact from the foam roller. And then your arms can be, at your sides, it can be out here. You can be really active. Like sometimes I'll start, kind of bringing arms up and I go down into a W, trying to keep my elbows on the ground without tightening in my low back. But then you can also just have them out to your side. Just have your arm, depending on what your shoulder mobility is. And then this is when you can just like bring yourself into your breath, connect into your body, and say your affirmations, So some affirmations might be like, I am powerful. I am beautiful in my body. I am choosing to nourish myself every day through the food that I eat and the movement that I partake in. I am enough. I am wanted. So those are just a few. And what I just showed you, the restorative pose, do whatever, you could be literally also like foam rolling your quads. So you could be really active, like, I am powerful. But that was, more mental. So like as I feel my quad release, as I really feel that connection, I'm bringing my awareness into my tissue. I'm connecting with that sensation. And so as I feel that, I'm like, ooh, it's juicy here. So I'm going to hang out. I'm going to see how soft I can be over this spot. And then I'm going to say my affirmation, like, I am powerful. I am beautiful in my body. I am the perfect size for me. So you get to choose how you foam roll. But I encourage you to foam roll. I encourage you to purchase, make the investment. It's a minor investment, but it's amazing for your overall well-being and health, in a soft density foam roller so that your tissue can actually melt against it. You could also do, say you could lay on a tennis ball. There's so many things. You could lay on a yoga block, but upgrade your foam rolling by bringing your affirmations into it, by bringing those, I think of them as like prayers to our body. And it's increasing what I believe of the effectiveness of the words when you really are connecting into the tissue, when you're really feeling that external feedback from the ball, from the foam roller, from your massage gun, and you're feeling that like juiciness. Sometimes it's that like hurt so good kind of feeling. And so that's really helping you like be more in your body, be a little bit more embodied. And then you're saying these really positive, true words. So you're beginning little by little by little, you're rewiring your nervous system, you're rewiring your brain, and you're shifting the way that you think about yourself. So I hope you enjoy this, upgrading your foam rolling routine, and I look forward to hearing how it goes for you. So be sure to comment below this video and let me know what your experience is as you try this.